Hi, my name is Kaylin Long. During this video, I will be explaining how the different COVID-19 vaccines compare, and I will also be introducing a lab study conducted relating to the Pfizer vaccine. The first amount of information I will be covering is based on the news source I found titled, How the Vaccines Compare to Each Other. To start off, not every vaccine is the same. The Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine is a messenger ribonucleic acid, or mRNA vaccine. The role of mRNA is to translate DNA into proteins. How the mRNA vaccine works is that it translates DNA into proteins that trigger the immune response in the body to produce antibodies and fight off COVID-19. The Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine is an adenovirus-based vaccine. This vaccine teaches human bodies to recognize COVID-19 and fight it off using an adenovirus. Next, we have Moderna. It is also an mRNA vaccine, making it very similar to the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine. Next is Novavax. It is a protein subunit vaccine. The protein subunit vaccines consist of proteins that cause COVID-19. Once the vaccine is entered in the body, it produces antibodies to fight off the virus, and as a result, the human body can remember how to fight off COVID-19 in the future if the human was to be infected. And lastly is the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. It is very similar to the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, where it uses a viral vector shot to inject an adenovirus into our bodies to teach how to produce antibodies to fight off the vaccine for any future infection that could occur. Another way that vaccines contrast is by the number of vaccine doses required. As you can see on the table, each vaccine requires 2 doses except for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine that requires 1 dose. The vaccine also differs in efficacy rate. The efficacy rate is a representation of the percent reduction of COVID-19 in a group of vaccinated individuals compared to individuals that are not vaccinated. The vaccine with the highest percent efficacy rate is Pfizer with 95%. Not too far behind is Moderna with 94.5%. Next, there is Novavax with the rate of 89.7%. Then there is Oxford with 76%. Lastly, Johnson & Johnson has the lowest efficacy rate of 66%. The second half of this video, I will be talking about the lab study conducted on the COVID-19 variants using the Pfizer vaccine. During this lab study, a previous study conducted was mentioned about the Pfizer vaccine. This lab study consisted of 44,000 participants of ages from 16 years old and older. The participants were injected with 2 doses of the Pfizer vaccine. As a result, the scientists concluded that Pfizer had 95% efficacy to the COVID-19 virus. The goal of the main lab study was to investigate the effect that the different COVID-19 spike protein mutations from the United Kingdom and South Africa had on the Pfizer vaccine neutralization rate. To conduct this study, the scientists started by engineering 3 spike mutation viruses. Then the scientists tested 20 participants from the previous trial mentioned. The scientists injected the participants with 2 doses of the Pfizer vaccine taken 3 weeks apart. 2 to 4 weeks after the immunization, the scientists conducted tests to find any changes in the antibody neutralization. The data collected consisted of comparing the neutralization of the wild-type strand compared to the mutant viruses. As a result, the scientists found the vaccine induced neutralizing antibody against the COVID-19 virus with the mutation found in South Africa was a little lower than the United Kingdom mutation. In conclusion, the scientists only found a small difference in the effect of the neutralization antibodies induced by the Pfizer vaccine to the variant strands. I believe that the news source was portraying accurate information based on the lab study. The lab study stated that the Pfizer vaccine was effective to fight off the COVID-19 virus. The virus was also shown to have an efficacy of 95%. And these are my resources. Thank you for listening.